Good morning. Today I am going to continue with the chemistry chapter. So previous class we have already done the difference between the mixture, compound, and what are compounds, what are the characteristics of mixture, etc. So today let us start with separating techniques. There are different separating techniques or physical method used to separate the components. That is, first one is hand picking and winnowing. Hand picking and winnowing. So all of you know at home your mother might be using this hand picking method to remove for cleaning the pulses, grains, vegetables, etc. using the hand. So that method is known as hand picking. And winnowing. Winnowing is especially used by the farmers to separate the grains from the husk. So that method is known as winnowing. Now the next one is sieving. Sieving is also another method that is used for separating unwanted components from a mixture. Yes, for example, the wheat flour. Using a sieve, you can separate the husk from the wheat flour. Before making the chapati, your mother might be using a sieve to separate the unwanted husk from the wheat flour. That method is known as sieving. And next one is sedimentation and decantation. All this method I will be explaining in the form of demonstration, children. That is sedimentation, decantation, loading and coagulation. I will be explaining it. Filtration, evaporation, crystallization, magnetic separation and sublimation. So let us see one by one in the form of demonstration. So students, this is the mud and water, muddy water. This is mud and water, that is together it forms the muddy water. Now I am taking some of the muddy water in this mud and water. I am going to mix it. Okay, you can see the mud mixed with water. I am going to mix it. Okay, when I mix it, what happens is you need to keep it for a while so that all the solid impurities get settled at the bottom of the container. Okay, well, that is known as sediment. Here you can see very clearly the sediment. So all the solid impurities, all the heavier impurities get settled at the bottom of the container. They are known as sediment. This method is known as sedimentation. So sedimentation is a process by which the solid impurities settle at the bottom of the container. Understood? So this method is known as sedimentation. Now let us see what is decantation. Decantation means the water. You can see the water that is on top, which is separated, and this water I am going to pour it in another container. I am going to pour this water in another container. So without disturbing the solid impurity. So can you see the difference? This method is known as decantation. This is known as decantation. So the pouring of liquid without disturbing the solid impurities. So that is known as decantation. Now in this, even after pouring, there are certain lighter particles which are floating on the surface of the water. They are lighter substances usually floating on surface of the water. So in order to make them heavy, so we add certain chemicals, that is alum. Alum is added to this so that it becomes heavier and it settles at the bottom of the container. That process is known as loading or coagulation. That process is known as loading or coagulation. That is, you are adding the chemical, that is alum is added, so that when you add this chemical in the sedimentation, so what happens? The lighter particles which are floating will get mixed with this chemical and it becomes heavier and it settles at the bottom of the container. So this method is known as loading or coagulation. So next method, let us see the filtration. This is a filtration technique. So here we are using a funnel is a filter paper. This is a filter paper which is used to separate, so that when you use a filter paper, what happens, the solid impurities get stuck on the filter paper and only the liquid passes through the funnel, and that is how you get separated. And this method is known as filtration. The solid insoluble impurities get separated. Okay. Now this is a muddy water. Yes. So I am going to pour this muddy water through the filter paper. You can see that only the liquid that is passing through the funnel. That is known as filtration. Here, that is filtration is done. See, this is a muddy water. All the solid components get sticked to the filter paper, and only the liquid that passes through the filter paper. So that is how the filtration is done. So you can see here, this is a muddy water. So muddy water which I poured which is poured through the funnel. So here you can see it is filtered and it is passing through the funnel, and it is getting collected in the conical flask. So this method is known as filtration. So all solid unwanted impurities get stick to the filter paper. So this method is known as filtration. Now let us see magnetic separation. So in magnetic separation, I have taken here the sulfur. This is a sulfur powder. Okay, and this is the iron filings. This is the iron filings, and this is the sulfur powder. So I am going to mix the sulfur powder with iron filings. Okay, I am going to mix it. I'm going to mix both. So one is having a magnetic property, another one is non-magnetic. So you need to separate the magnetic one from the non-magnetic by using a magnet. So that method is known as magnetic separation. So here you can see I have mixed sulfur and iron filings. Now I am going to use a magnet. Okay, now I am going to use a magnet so that you can just see all the iron filings get stick towards the magnet and the sulfur gets separated. So this method, so you can see that all the gets attracted towards the magnet and the sulfur gets separated. This method is known as magnetic separation. Now let us start with the experiment to show how evaporation takes place. Yes, so I am using the salt, that is sodium chloride, and water. Sodium chloride and water. I am going to mix sodium chloride with water and I am going to heat it. After heating, what happens? The salt remains behind. So this process, that is the liquid state, is converted or it's changed to gaseous state. Yes, that process is known as evaporation. So I am going to show you how we can do evaporation. So I am taking water, that is the liquid, and I am adding salt, that is sodium chloride. I'm going to mix this. So what happens in evaporation? The liquid state is converted into gaseous state. Okay, so this is how the evaporation takes place. And here after heating, what happens? All the water gets evaporated and only the salt remains behind. So this is how the salt which is remain behind. You can see the salt which is remain behind once the water gets evaporated. So this process is known as evaporation. Now let us see what is sublimation. Okay, so I am going to demonstrate how sublimation takes place. Sublimation is a process in which the solid is converted into gaseous form on heating. That is known as sublimation. So now let us see. Here I am taking ammonium chloride. Okay, ammonium chloride. I am mixing ammonium chloride with sand. This is sand. And I am going to mix this ammonium chloride with sand. And then I am going to take a funnel and I am going to cover this funnel on top of this evaporating dish. And at the end of the funnel, there is a cotton plug. Cotton is plugged into its end of the funnel. So, and I am going to keep it. And now what happens here, the solid which is present, that is ammonium chloride and sand. Ammonium chloride sublimates. Ammonium chloride sublimates and changes into vapor. And sand remains. So this process, that is the solid, is directly converting into the gaseous form on heating. So this process is known as sublimation. So this is how the gaseous form. You can see after heating you will get the vapors. The ammonium chloride gets sublimated and it changes into vapor. This process is known as sublimation. Now let us see what is crystallization. Crystallization is a process of separation or purification, is separating the crystals of solid solute from the solution. So now let us see what is crystallization through a demo. So this is copper sulfate which I am taking. So I am going to mix this copper sulfate which is blue in color. Okay, I am going to mix it. I am going to mix the copper sulfate solution. So you can see it is blue in color. And I am going to keep it for heating. So what happens? Here you can see, now all the liquid, that is the liquid gets evaporated and the solute is obtained from the solution. That is known as crystallization. So crystals of solid solute is once it starts heating, so what happens? Here the water gets evaporated and you get the crystals, that is the solute, back. This process is known as crystallization. So you can see here the crystals. After this heating, so all the water that is from the solution, that is all the solution, the water gets evaporated and only the solute you will get back. So only the crystals will be remain in the dish. So this method is known as crystallization. So children, so with this we have already done the separating techniques. So separating techniques are mainly used to show the physical methods such as the size, shape and quantity, etc. But it doesn't affect the physical or chemical property of the elements. So with this we wind up we come to an end of this chapter. Thank you.